Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. Today is part 2 in Building Aurora. And we're taking a step back for a second. We're going back to the ice house and icing platforms. And a little back story on this. Some people may recall from previous tips of the day how I've added, expanded the icing platforms. The Walthers kit came with roughly 18 inches of icing platform. All right. Now they made an expansion pack for that, so I fully expected when I needed it, go out and buy the Walthers expansion pack and make them longer. Unfortunately, they're out of production. No telling when they'll go back into production, and so I was kind of SOL. But TOD had icing platform, and they had expansion. Okay, so I picked up 18 inches worth from TOD. That's fine and dandy, but they weren't identical to the Walthers, and that's fine. I don't have a big problem with that. So I built them and I expanded, and then of course it's on the drop down section, so there's a gap where the two sections met. So that created light bleed, and I was fine with that until my buddy John Linton asked me, well, what am I going to do about that light bleed? Why don't you do this? And stewed on it overnight, so I used black construction paper, and I'm not going to go through that whole story again. But anyway, I got rid of the light bleed. Looked pretty good. Except then it looked like a tar paper roof, and the roofs didn't match. And I was perfectly happy with the original light bleed until John mentioned it. So now what do? It looks like that construction paper, it's all light bleed, but just didn't look right. Didn't match. Even though I got the paint matched up and everything, just didn't match. Because the Walthers kit had ribs to it, and the construction paper didn't. And as you look at the picture, you can see the difference. And so I picked up, when I was down at Gulf Coast Model Trains over the weekend, some HO scale 1x4. All right, styrene strips. And what you see there is I've cut the ridge lines and put the ridge lines on. And now I've started to add the riveting. You can see 3 of the ribs there in the middle, so that I can get it to match up with the original Walthers. Now, the TOD's a little wider platform than the Walthers, but at least I can have the same style of roof without light bleed. Okay, John? And so, time to get back at it. I need to cut about 100, a little less than 1 inch of these styrene strips. And I won't make you all sit there and watch me, watch as I chop away, utilizing my chopper here. All right. Although what I should do is make John Linton sit and watch me do the whole thing. Anyway, I'll be back. Stay tuned. What's that, John Linton? Am I done yet? No! Quit sounding like my kids on a trip asking if we're there yet. No, John Linton, I'm still not done. Feel like that country western song, but instead of just a swinging, I'm
just a chopping. Dang you, John Linton.
First, let me say, no, John, I'm not done yet. Second, y'all ever watch Third Rock? I'm sure you have. And where Sheldon is mad and frustrated at Will Wheaton. He yells out, Will Wheaton. I feel like yelling out, John Linton. I'm out of strips, and I still need at least 3 more small strips. They come 10. I'm gonna try. I have a styrene for sale sign that's really thin like this. So I'm gonna try to see if I can cut some thin strips off of it. We shall see. Oh well, stay tuned.
Alright, so here we are making these ribs one at a time. Got the jig set up. We'll be up all night, Mr. Linton. At least it'll save us a trip down to Sarasota. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, here we are in the wee hours of the morning. And no, John Linton, I'm still not done. Tip of the day. Make sure when you start a project, you have all the pieces you need, or enough of what you need. I'm about 3 strips short of this 1x4 scale, HO scale styrene stripping. And I have attempted to slice some up, and I've tried a paper cutter, I've tried my chopper, I've tried freehand, and I can't get it down to the right size. And even my thinnest styrene from a for sale sign is too thick. So, back to eBay, pay twice as much as I would if I drove all the way down to Sarasota. But I don't have the time to drive down to Sarasota. So, order it from eBay. Stay tuned. It'll be up a week or so before I put another installment out on this section of Building Aurora. I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day or night. Bye now.